The Heat got their Bosh back, but did they get their groove back?
Chris Bosh had missed the Heat's previous 9 playoff games, and his return was another indication of how critical Game 5 was, with the Heat and Celtics tied at 2 games apiece in South Florida. Miami entered Tuesday 6-1 at home this postseason, but Boston's core group of Rondo, Pierce, Allen, and Garnett had won all 8 Game 5s in series tied at 2 games apiece. With Bosh back, let's get it on. The Heat 5-4 without Bosh. LeBron James going inside to Dwayne Wade. That worked. Wade with 7 points in the first quarter. Heat up 4 early. That was big for Miami because Wade has started slowly the last few games. Let's check on Bosh now. Just over 5 minutes left of the first quarter. Bosh coming off the bench. Hasn't done that much in his career. Doc Rivers wanted to check and see if he was okay. And then Bosh, hey, he was okay. Bucket and the foul. Take another look at it. Kevin Garnett with a foul. Bosh still strong enough to get it to go. It was an abdominal strain that kept him out. Bosh fired up, had 9 points in the first half, didn't score in the second. 6 of his 7 rebounds on the offensive glass. LeBron James laying that one in the second quarter, and then James, bank shot, got that. And then Amari Stoudemire, he's got a pretty good seat. He can afford it. Watching James knock down the three-pointer, and he almost stumbled into Stoudemire.
He's got enough money for sleeves on that jacket.
James, 18 points in the first half. Here's Doc Rivers.
The only way we're going to get multiple baskets, we got to get multiple stops at some point.
All right, and the Celtics would respond. James drives baseline, blocked by Kevin Garnett. Rajon Rondo going the other way. That won't go. That will. And you can put Garnett on the line as well. Heat 11 turnovers in the first half. Miami led by as many as 13, but they led by just 2 at the break, even though the Celtics shot 33% in the first half. Third quarter, Rondo with the ball passes back over the half-court line to Allen. So backcourt violation, ensuing possession for the Heat. Wade to Shane Battier. 3-ball, bang, bang, bang. The Heat 9 for 26 on threes as a team. Less than 2 minutes left in the third. Celtics making a run. Rondo, Garnett, bucket and the foul. 26 points, 11 rebounds for Kevin Garnett, who made yet another statement this postseason. Game tied at 60 after his free throw. Under a minute to go in the quarter. Michael Petrus with a jumper. He had 13 points. Celtics up by 2. Final seconds of the third. Pierce to Keon Dooling. His only bucket, but part of a 15-1 run to end the third for Boston. Celtics up by 5 after 3. So we go to the fourth. And there was drama. Heat down 1. Wade, James. He was 2 for 6 on threes, put the Heat back up by 2 with that one. Later, Wade hit some big shots in this game, some tough acrobatic shots like that when he had 27 points on 10 of 22 shooting. And then he did it on the defensive end, too. Bass blocked by Wade. The ball bounces out to Petrus, and it just seemed like every time the ball took a crazy bounce, the Celtics wound up with it, and they were able to do something with it. Rondo tipped it away. LeBron James closing in on it right to Petrus, who's open for the 3. Sometimes it seemed like there were 2 Rajon Rondos out there. Celtics down only 3. Then James drive, blocked by Garnett. We take another look at that one. Garnett, eyes on the play the whole way, blocks James from behind. And you want to know what intensity looks like? That's what intensity looks like. And then at the other end, Ray Allen 3. No, sir. There's one of those Rondos again. Tipping it away from LeBron James to keep it alive. Pierce drives, kicks it to Garnett. He's open baseline, and he knocks that down. Celtics retake the lead 81-80 on another great hustle play from Rondo. Ensuing Heat possession. Mario Chalmers with a big shot. He knocks it down, and the Heat up 1. At the other end, Pierce, his pass knocked away. There's a scramble for the ball. And once again, it winds up in the hands of Michael Petrus, and he's wide open. Celtics 6 for 15 on threes. They're up by 2. Back the other way now. Wade, did I mention the tough acrobatic shots he hit? Ties the game at 85 with that one. But under a minute remaining, Boston up 1. Pierce with James on him, knocking down a 3. They call Pierce the truth, and right here, LeBron James can't handle the truth. And the Celtics up 4. Ensuing Heat possession. Chalmers hit one big 3. Got to look at this one. A really good look, but he can't hit it. Ball goes out of bounds. Originally called Heat ball, but we take a closer look because we can. It appears Udonis Haslem touched it last. The officials reviewed it. They agreed. They reversed the call, so the Celtics have it. Less than 20 seconds ago, Ray Allen made 2 free throws, make it a 4-point game. It's a 2-point game now. LeBron James, 30 points, 13 rebounds. Heat back within 2. Garnett hit a pair of free throws. The lead back up to 4, less than 10 seconds to go. Wade for 3. No, sir. And the Celtics with a gut check win in Miami, 94-90 over the Heat. The Celtics' big 3 plus Rondo win another game 5 to go up 3-2. That's 9-0 in those situations for this core group. Miami had Wade and James and not much else. No one else scored more than 9 points for Miami. But the Celtics got a true team effort, and they've got Game 6 now Thursday in Boston with their eyes on the finals.
Nothing's easy. You know, we do it together. We don't do it individually, and when we do, we look bad. But when we do it together, we look pretty darn good.
Being in those moments so many times and understanding what your team needs and being able to concentrate and get the best shot for us. You know, I thought that was the best shot. Once I saw him back up, then I was able to knock it down.
Been around Paul long enough, and right when he gets into the footwork, you knew he was going to shoot. At least I did, because I've seen him enough. Didn't know if I wanted that shot. Honestly, I thought he was going to drive it, but he made it. That's what players like Paul do. I mean, it really is. He's a big shot maker. He always has been.
And we go Samsung next level just to show you how much of a big shot maker Pierce really is. We define clutch time as the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter or overtime when the game is within a 5-point margin. Paul Pierce has the best field goal percentage in those situations this postseason.
We've done nothing. You know, we're playing a heck of a basketball team, and so we just because we're going to Boston, you know, I told them we have to play. They're not going to give it to us. We have to go get it.
At the end of the day, if you don't add the weight of it that will be out there outside, that's all it is a loss. All we have to do is focus on winning Game 6, and then all of a sudden, bang, you know, that momentum changes again.
We stuck with it, and my teammates believed in me. Nobody played well, you know, except for KG and Peaches, but other than that, you know, we kept fighting, and we found a way to get the win.
No 44-point game for Rondo this. As a matter of fact, he had just 7 points, shot 3 for 15. Is that bad?
It's not good.
But he did have 13 assists.
That's good.
He's got the most double-digit assist games in Celtics postseason history as he took over the top spot from Bob Cousy Tuesday.
When the Celtics were down 0-2 in this series, Coach Doc Rivers told his staff something very simple. We need to feed Kevin Garnett more. He's a matchup advantage the Heat can't counter. 3 wins later, it is Garnett who is indeed powering the Celtics. So dominant in every area, he's a plus 168 in these playoffs, the best of any player this entire postseason. And while at one point in his career, Garnett appeared permanently hobbled by the knee surgery he had 3 years ago, he said post-game that he rebounded in part to prove everyone wrong who said he couldn't.
The competition, the naysayers, the owners who talk too much. You know, the people who don't think a 36, 35-year-old can do what I do. I take a lot of pride in my craft. I work really hard on my craft every day, and I'm a true professional. He's our life. I mean, he really is. He just does so many things that don't have numbers to it. A lot of it is with his voice in a strange way, a calming effect on some of our guys. He's just been terrific for us.
We're finally seeing a healthy Kevin. I think he hasn't really just been healthy for the last couple of years. He's playing long minutes, and he's giving us everything he has.
Well, he's a great player. He's a proven player, and they have, you know, championship DNA. They have what we're trying to get.
The Heat were hoping Chris Bosh's return from an abdominal injury would help stem KG's advantage. But in the end, Coach Eric Spoelstra said he didn't think it was, quote, fair to ask Bosh to play during crunch time after being off the court for 3 weeks. Bosh said he feels healthy enough to give more in Game 6, something the Heat, facing elimination, are going to need. In Miami, I'm Rachel Nichols, ESPN.
Celtics Heat at 3.
Oh, what a block from Wade! Kicks out to Peaches for 3. That's good! What a turnaround play! Wade with a remarkable rejection.
But was even more